it's evident that both of these pieces need to get passed immediately in light of what happened with Nichols.
Also tonight, lawmakers on the fast track pushing for new laws to protect your child by closing legal loopholes, holding private schools accountable when it comes to reporting child abuse. That's just one of the biggest cracks in the system that some lawmakers say must be fixed.
Again, all of this triggered by an 85-page report released last week by Nichols School. In that report, it says that 10 former teachers had inappropriate relationships with students over several decades. Among the allegations, teachers having sex with students, watching students swim naked, and in one case, hanging pictures of a female student all over a male teacher's office. None of the teachers work for Nichols now, but the investigation did lead to the sudden resignation of a current administrator. Tonight, 7 Eyewitness News reporter Ed Riley breaks down how our lawmakers are working to protect your children.
When I read through it, I was obviously disgusted.
The fallout continues after an investigation revealed that 10 former teachers at the Nichols School in Buffalo had improper relationships with students for several decades.
It's tragic for students who were failed by adults who should have been their protectors.
Even though the school has made changes and the last accusations occurred in the mid-2000s, Erie County District Attorney John Flynn and New York State Senator Tim Kennedy believe more needs to be done.
Oftentimes, it is these heinous crimes that happen that bring light to loopholes in the law.
Because of a loophole in state law, private schools do not have to report allegations of child abuse in an educational setting. Only public schools are required to do so. Kennedy is co-sponsoring a bill that would change that.
It would make those administrators mandated reporters.
Another problem involves the statute of limitations, which only allows victims to bring forth cases until they are age 23.
District attorneys like John Flynn have their hands tied because the laws in New York State aren't to the standard that they ought to be.
A bill called the Child Victims Act was supposed to change that by allowing a one-year period where adults of any age could take legal action against a perpetrator. But it failed to pass the state Senate last year.
At the very least, pass the criminal aspect of it, get that done, and then go on and debate the civil aspect.
Senate Majority Leader John Flanagan's office told us Republicans had concerns about people making claims from decades ago where no witnesses still existed. But Flynn and Kennedy believe some version of the Child Victims Act needs to pass this year. District Attorney Flynn said his office has not received any new accusations against Nichols or any other private school. But the DA reminds the public that he is interested in hearing from anyone who believes they've been the victim of child sexual abuse. In Buffalo, Ed Riley, 7 Eyewitness News.
You can read the entire 85-page report on Nichols School right now on our WKBW app.